Remember the dot-com crash? It began exactly 15 years, 1 month and 13 days ago. But today the technology-based Nasdaq reached a milestone. And SBS Finance editor Ricardo Goncalves joins us in the studio. Ricardo, what is it?
Anton, the index has finally recouped all the losses since that crash. In March 2000, the dot-com bubble popped, leaving millions of investors out of pocket. Today, the Nasdaq's top 5 stocks represent some of the survivors and some new players which weren't even around during the crash.
It was the look of despair spread across professional traders and stock watchers early last decade.
The balloon was popped and all the air was let out of it.
Almost $8 trillion was lost as interest in dot-com businesses, no matter the hype, faded. A slew of internet companies flooded the Nasdaq with valuations peaking in 2000 until it all came crashing down in the following years when investors realised many had unsustainable business models. The GFC hit a few years later, but since then shares have made a slow but steady recovery.
So what we have is an ideal environment for stocks right now, with earnings being relatively good and growing.
Some like Amazon survived. Google grew 13 times in value just overnight. Microsoft beat earnings expectations. And while new players like Facebook appear in the tech top 5, it's Apple, which is at the Nasdaq's core, making for 10% of the index itself.
So if Apple has a good day, the Nasdaq generally has a good day.
Apple, once worth $28 billion in 2000, is now worth $970 billion.
And by the close, the Nasdaq rose 0.4%. Shares on the Dow and S&P 500 also finished higher. And local investors took their cue from a spike in the global oil price overnight, pushing the Australian share market higher. By the close here, the S&P ASX 200 added 1.5%. The big miners did very well as the iron ore price continued to recover, currently trading at a near 1 month high. Combank was the best of the big four. Telstra gained 1%. In Japan, the Nikkei snapped a 3-day winning streak. The Australian dollar is stronger against the greenback and mixed across the other major global currencies. And on the commodity markets, both gold and oil are higher. And tonight, the focus is in Europe as the Eurozone finance ministers meet to discuss Greece. Janice and Anton.
Thanks so much, Ricardo.